Keeping you on the edge of your seat, leaving you in suspense. Welcome to Edge and Spence. It's the morning show for people who hate mornings. We got you covered on all the current events, hot debates, and more. I'm Edge, alongside, as always, my co-host over here, Spence.
I'm Spence.
Today we've got Good Cop, Bad Cop gone wrong. What's the deal with fall? And, but first I want to kick it off with the biggest week in rock music in a very long time. Tool's brand new album, Fear Inoculum, has hit #1 on Billboard's Top 200 Albums chart.
Who's Tool?
You seriously don't know who Tool is?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. Well, Tool is a progressive metal band from the 90s, and they hit it big with singles such as Sober, 46, and 2. They haven't released an album in 13 years, though, which is why when Fear Inoculum came out, this new album, it was kind of a big deal. And that's why it has officially kicked Taylor Swift's brand new album, Lover, to the curb. #2, take that.
Taylor Swift man's supposed to be pissed.
Oh, they are livid. They're going on Twitter, they're saying things like, who the hell is Tool? Why are their songs so long? Apparently, they were big in the 90s. A 13-year comeback? You bet your ass a 13-year comeback. But the thing is, all these like old men came on Twitter and were like, I can't believe the youngins don't know who Tool are. And I think it's, rather than berate and misunderstand the person you are disagreeing with, I think it's good to bring those worlds together.
And how do you say we do that?
Well, I've got just the plan.
Nice to meet you where you've been. Now I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my God, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Stop it. Get some help.
Edge and Spence.
Spence, did you ever watch The Wiggles when you were growing up?
I was more of a Blues Clues kid, actually.
Well, I don't ever remember being obsessed with them personally, but I know my parents told me many times that I was obsessed with them. The Wiggles were a musical group out of Australia that sang songs for children in the age demographic of about 3 to 6 years old. But the reason I bring them up is because they have rebranded themselves.
Oh.
They are now the Unusual Commoner.
What?
They now perform traditional Celtic tunes and Australian folk songs.
That is a transition, all right.
They threw in some Whiskey in the Jar, Dirty Old Road, and others, and they even broke out the bagpipes halfway through their set. Their manager said, when I was watching the Wiggles with my young son many years ago, I never thought in a million years I'd see them in a bar on George Street singing Irish drinking songs. But I'm happy for all the Australian children who have now grown up with fruit salad and hot potato, because now they get to be plastered listening to Whiskey in the Jar from the same people who brought them that.
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
That turns me on.
Edge and Spence. History buffs, now's your time to shine. Have you ever heard of a man named, oh God, I'm going to screw this up, Honoré de Balzac? Now, Spencer, I promised Bill. I promised him that we were no longer going to go with dick jokes. No more low-hanging fruit. We're not going to touch it. All right, so Mr. Balzac, he was a French author from the 1800s, and it turns out this guy drank about the equivalent of 47 cups of coffee a day for about 25 years.
That is a lot of coffee.
He drank about 6 gallons a day, a total amount of enough to fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Oh, my God.
He didn't actually drink 47 cups of coffee a day, though. Fun fact, consuming that much of any liquid will kill you.
Oh.
He drank the equivalent of 47 cups of coffee a day through super strong espressos, cutting down the volume but not the potency. Well, because of his amped up lifestyle, he accomplished quite a bit in his lifetime. His caffeine addiction led to him writing 47 novels, 12 novellas, 18 short stories, and 8 plays. Balzac also created the world's first continuing series. He invented and juggled over 2,000 named characters. He wrote all of this with a quill and ink pen.
That man was kept busy.
Well, I'm a coffee guy, all right? I really enjoy coffee. It keeps me awake. It keeps me alert, keeps me productive. And I'm glad that there's something I can point to and say, okay, so it does help. It does help keep people productive.
Coffee is terrible. I hate the taste of coffee.
Really?
It is awful.
Well, how do you get your caffeine fix during the day?
I don't. I just try to drink a lot of water, I guess.
Well, what do you think about this thing? I mean, he was clearly a very talented writer. I mean, he wrote 47 novels and all of this other stuff. Do you think the coffee had an effect on his productivity in writing?
I think it wasn't just the coffee.
Oh?
This man was coked out of his mind.
And now it's time
For the viewer question of the week.
on Edge and Spence.
Alrighty, it's time for the viewer question of the week. Last week, we asked you, what is your weird superstition? And we're not going to get into what our weird superstitions are because that is available on episode 2. You can go listen to that if you haven't already after this episode. So actually a big shout out to my mom because she shared this on her page and that was where we got our first answers to this question. So thank you, Mom. Happy birthday, by the way. It's her birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday, EJ's mom.
Yeah, so I will let you start it off with one we got this morning.
Perfect. This came in through our Facebook page from Josh. Thank
Hi,
you,
Josh.
He says, yellow lighters are bad luck.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they're just super taboo to buy one.
I did not know that.
But you know why, though?
I do not.
It's because every single person that has bought a yellow lighter has eventually died.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Every single person that has a yellow lighter has died or is going to die.
Oh my God, we need to tell everybody.
We need to ban yellow lighters.
Okay, moving on. This one comes from Megan from my mother's Facebook page. Thank you, Megan, for your suggestion. It is, if I'm ever at a grocery store or pumping gas and my total has 666 in it, I will overflow my gas tank or buy something else because I cannot deal with the number 666. I have a client whose phone number has 3 6s in it. I won't put it in my schedule. I won't put it in my phone. I don't even enjoy typing it on the lock screen. So, well,
That is a major inconvenience.
that is
I'm sorry.
actually probably the worst superstition because 666 comes up everywhere.
A lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah. So
The devil's everywhere.
I feel bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, Spence, grab another one.
This was sent in through our Twitter from Amber. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
She says she has to have even numbered for things, especially like M&Ms, like 2, 4, 6. When she's eating M&Ms, you have to have an even number.
Now, are you one of those weirdos who like puts the colors in a row and has to have them like real OCD?
Oh no, I just grab them by the handful, dog.
Dude, me too. I don't have time for this color.
Exactly. But this bit also reminds me of a very popular superstition is when you mess with the television volume.
Oh my God.
Like it has to be like even numbers or 5.
Oh God. My girlfriend does that to me in the car and it bugs the hell out of me. Like it doesn't make a difference what number the dial is at. I'm sorry, it just does not.
34 or 35. If I'm gonna get stabbed in my own car if I put my volume at 29.
It doesn't make a difference.
No.
All right, we need to move on because I'm gonna get heated. all
Right. Oh, Amber sent in also a second tweet.
Okay,
And
thank
that
you, Amber.
says, when she's driving and she passes under a yellow light, she taps her dashboard, having some feeling of luck of passing through its safety.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a weird superstition I've never heard before.
And I also have a little factoid to share with you about yellow lights, actually.
Oh, okay. Is this coming from you or Amber?
This is from me.
Okay.
When you're driving and you see a yellow light, a good rule of thumb is that for every 10 miles an hour on that road for the speed limit, that is 1 second that the yellow light will be. For example, if the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, then the yellow light on that road will be 3 seconds.
Wow.
If it's 45, it'll be 4.5 seconds.
Really?
I'm not sure if that's for every single road out there, but I know that's one for a lot of them.
Wow. That is actually a really helpful. I don't think this show has ever been helpful to anybody in like
No.
any constructive way.
Absolutely
But you learned something here.
Yeah.
Right here on the Edge and Sponge show, you learned something today.
Spence is a smart one here.
Okay. I saved this one for last because I think it has the most meat on its bone, and honestly, I think it's the strangest. This one comes from Vicky on our Facebook page. I will never buy a used mirror of any shape or size. You never know where that mirror has been. That's spooky.
That mirror's seen some things, man.
That's scaring me.
I'm terrified right now.
But, you know, that made me think, like, does this rule apply to all things that are reflective?
Am I going to have to tear the mirrors out of my car right now?
Yeah, you bought the car used.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's freaking me out, though. Now I just don't want to go in front of a mirror. I don't want to go to the bathroom. I don't want to go to the changing room. I don't want anything to do with mirrors anymore. Keep them away from me. I don't want to see myself.
They've seen some stuff, man.
Thank you once again to everybody who commented, sent us a tweet at @Edge_Spence, followed us on Facebook. However you wanted to get a hold of us for this viewer question that we asked you, thank you for responding to us. We really appreciate it. I was thinking, what can we do for the viewer question this week and hopefully get a little bit more audience participation in the show? You remember the numbers game, correct?
I do. I made it.
Yeah, it was honestly pretty terrible.
Thanks.
But when you said pick a number, I picked my favorite number. And it got me thinking, that's kind of a weird thing to have, a favorite number. So I got to thinking, what can we do for the viewer question? What is your favorite word?
Cheese.
What? Why?
It's good.
The word?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to follow that. If anybody was wondering, my favorite word is moist because half of our listeners just left. Spencer just left because moist is a word that pisses people off, and I really enjoy the reaction I get from people to the word moist.
Stop, please.
Stop what?
Stop saying that.
Saying what? All right, you can send them to us through Twitter at @Edge_Spence. Comment on our Facebook page, comment on our YouTube channel. However you want to get a hold of us, get a hold of us. What is your favorite word?
And that was the viewer question of the week on Edge and Spence.
Ugh. Just looking at this guy makes me sick.
He doesn't look so bad. I mean, he only has, 5 cases of assault, 2 cases of arson, and 1 case of murder.
Let's just crack him open and get out of here.
Want to do good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, they fall for it every time.
Well, how's it going, man?
I will tear your eyes out.
Hey, easy, man, easy. Sorry about my partner here. He gets a little, worked up, you see. Can I get you anything? A coffee, a tea?
Handcuffs.
Hey, I told you to take it easy. Now, sir, you may have been accused of doing some pretty messed up stuff to people, but if we just get a confession out of you, this whole ordeal can be over with and we'll get out of your hair.
Do you even remember all the horrible things you've done to people?
Now, that's a great idea. Maybe if we go over your resume, then you can start to remember why you're here. Up first for Mrs. Nesbitt is... Oh no. Hey, partner, can I talk to you in private for a second?
What's the matter? We had him on the ropes.
That's the problem. That's not Mrs. Nesbitt. We grabbed the wrong file. Apparently, Mrs. Nesbitt is an 88-year-old woman who's still on the run.
Well, where's the right file?
Here it is. I found it. It was right underneath the Nesbitt file.
Oh, God. Well, what did this guy do?
Gary here has 1 unpaid parking ticket.
Well, we better let him go.
Hey, we're back. I'm really sorry for the mix-up. Apparently, we got the wrong file. Just pay your parking ticket and you can be out on your way.
Parking ticket? Dude, I thought I was here for all those drugs I've been selling, man.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Edge and Spence. Spencer, I've been seeing a trend recently, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed in it.
Well, what is it?
Everybody loves fall.
I like fall.
I don't get it. Why?
It looks nice. What do you mean?
Is that the only defense you have for fall, is that it looks nice?
Well, that and Halloween.
Here's why fall sucks. Millennials love fall because of Halloween and Ugg boots. Boomers love fall because of beer and football season. Am I the only person who thinks fall is completely overrated? Fall means only one thing to me. Winter is on the way. It isn't a time for sweaters, pumpkin spice, or flannels. It's a time to gear up for the seasonal depression of February. Fall fanatics will say, but the weather is perfect for bonfires. Why is everyone excited about it getting colder? Oh boy, I sure am looking forward to shoveling out my car before work every day and that lovely feeling of imminent death as my car does the Cupid shuffle down the highway. I'll be the first to say it. Halloween is overrated. All right. It isn't so bad. I mean, it's an excuse to drink excessively and pretend to be someone else for a night. What more could a millennial ask for? It's a tradition for children to roam the streets like hooligans asking for free shit on Halloween. But if you come knocking on my door, I'm giving you those gross pretzels that sit in the candy bag until next year. Frankly, I think Halloween becomes a wage discrimination issue when your shithead neighbor flexes on you by handing out full-size Snicker bars. What, am I made of money? Well, I don't care. Your wife's cheating on you, Mark. How about that? In conclusion, I'm not much fun at parties.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Happy fall.
Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
I still like fall.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the Edge and Spence show. We're the morning show for people who hate mornings, keeping you on the edge of your seat, leaving you in suspense. And we're going to see you next time. Same place, same time, and very important message. If you've made it this far in the podcast, that means you're obviously an Edge and Spence fanatic, and we really appreciate you. But we can appreciate you even more if you go to iTunes and subscribe to Edge and Spence on Apple Podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts now.
We're on Apple Podcasts.
We
we're on
are
Apple
going up the ranks, boy!
I wish I could talk on this podcast.
Sorry, Spencer. Go ahead.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate you. And make sure to hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. We don't have a Snapchat, but Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, however you want to get a hold of us, get a hold of us. What is your favorite word?